Our solar system has been entered by something, but it didn't say when it was coming. There was neither a raging flash nor explosion that blinds through the void. It slipped in quietly, as if space itself bent aside to let it pass. It moved with precision, with purpose, and with a speed that defied all laws of physics law we know. Astronomers first dismissed it as a fragment of ice. Another solitary in the pitch black, a traveler drifted. But the deeper they looked, the more their certainty began to fracture. What they saw refused to obey the familiar rules of celestial motion. It moved differently, as if influenced by intention rather than gravity. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, because what comes next will change how you see the universe. Also, you won't want to overlook the mystery's conclusion. It has been given the name 3 Atlas, and its final recorded transmission has left scientists remain silently perplexed. What they discovered is not merely strange. It borders on the impossible. Some experts whisper theories that others dare not say aloud. The data suggests this object might not be natural at all. Something about its movement, its reflection, its silence, each piece points toward an intelligence at work. Could it be a messenger, a machine, a relic from another civilization and lost to time? Everyone knows, but no one knows, is observing. Atlas first appeared as a faint speck, then as a distinct point of light cutting through the black. When its velocity was calculated, jaws dropped across observatories worldwide. It wasn't just fast, it was impossibly fast, a massive body the size of Manhattan slicing through the outer solar system at over 137,000 miles per hour. Its path would bring it closer to Earth than any known interstellar object before it. Closest approach, December 17th, marked in red on every astronomer's calendar. They called it a comet, then an asteroid, and finally, when none of those terms fit, they began to whisper the word that terrifies and excites us in equal measure: craft. It was studied by one Harvard astrophysicist, light curves, and came to a startling conclusion. If 3 Atlas is reflecting sunlight from a solid surface, its structure must be nearly 20 kilometers in size, larger than the island as a whole of Manhattan. That alone makes no sense. Previous interstellar visitors like 1, 2, Boris, and Oumuamua were minuscule in comparison, fragments no larger than mountains. For the third such visitor to be hundreds of times larger, that breaks every prediction made by statistics. Either we've been missing thousands of similar objects, or 3 Atlas is something else entirely. Its trajectory is equally confounding and perfectly in line with the plane of our planet, as if it were tracing the invisible mechanism by which our solar system operates. Natural objects don't do that. They drift, they fall, they spiral. However, the following one follows the path of precision. Was it designed? That question now echoes through every major observatory's corridors on Earth. The more researchers who study the data, the stranger it becomes. Atlas moves like a visitor that knows exactly where it's going. The Webb of James Space Telescope has now locked a pair of golden eyes on the intruder. The images it returned silenced every room they entered. Where the ground is, Webb saw a faint glimmer, and the telescope saw detail, texture, structure. This wasn't a smudge of light against the void. It was a body resolved in chilling clarity, wrapped in a gas-like ghostly halo and dust. The surface shimmered with volatile ices and reflective patches sublimating under the sun's warmth, whereas darker scars dotted its face, ancient wounds from collisions in deep space. It was both rocky and icy, both familiar and alien, half comet, half asteroid, something that should not exist in the wild. Its hybrid form suggests an exterior violent birth in the reaches of another star system, a place where frozen worlds collide and are flung into the abyss. That halo, faint but undeniable, proved something astonishing. After getting over the unimaginable void between stars, 3 Atlas still carries volatile compounds from its home network. It is, in every sense, a time capsule, a piece of another world colliding with ours. When the Webb spectrograph split its light into component colors, the results were even more troubling. The signature of water ice was clear, but mixed with it were exotic organic molecules unlike anything seen in our own solar system. Complex carbon chains twisted into unfamiliar arrangements, chemical fingerprints that could only form under alien suns. Some believe these compounds might be the life-giving universal seeds distributed across the galaxy by interstellar travelers like Atlas. If that's true, then we may be looking at ancient couriers of existence itself. The telescope also measured its size with frightening precision. 3 Atlas spans several kilometers, an enormous survivor intact through interstellar space. To endure that journey, it must have been forged under immense conditions, perhaps torn free from its star system by the gravity of a gas giant or the death throes of a supernova. It drifts now between the stars, a relic of chaos and creation, and somehow it found its way to us. Its orbit confirms its foreign origin. The path Webb traced is unmistakably hyperbolic. It will pass by our sun once, and then it will be gone forever, vanishing into the dark. This is no returning comet bound by gravity. This is a traveler just passing through. We will never see it again, and that fleeting nature makes the discovery even more haunting. For a brief moment in all of human history, it is here, close enough for us to observe, research, and wonder. Then it will be gone, taking its secrets with it. Scientists compare it to the interstellar objects that came before.